Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of the Couples Talk series. My name is Franklin, and on today's video I want to just continue from where I stopped. We've been analyzing the difference between lust and love, and I believe very strongly that there is someone who stands to benefit from this. Knowing the difference between lust and love is so important. The reason is because the both of them are almost same, but one of them destroys while the other one builds. And this is the reason we're taking our time to share with you the differences, because when you understand the differences, it helps you and it will guide you to be able to make the right decisions in future. So without further ado, let us get right into it. I would also like to encourage you to share this video, give it a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, colleagues, and families who will benefit from this very video. Okay, let's get right into it. The next difference we're going to be looking at here is that lust thinks about the now, but love thinks about the future. A lot of times we've seen cases where a young guy or a young lady, they just want what they can get from a relationship right now. They don't care about tomorrow. They don't care about the future. But I've always counseled young men and women. I say relationship is not about what you feel now. Relationship is about the future. You don't want to get into a relationship now and a few years down the line, you cannot boast of that relationship again. Yeah, you heard me right. So on the basis of this, you've got to be very, very mindful. If you are in a relationship where all your partner thinks about is now, what they want to get now, what they want to do now, and you guys have never planned what will happen in the future, then that relationship is driven by lust. Love, beloved, you've got to understand this. It thinks about the future. It focuses on the future. It talks about the future. It plans for the future. It's not bothered about the now. It's not driven by what is happening now. You see most young ladies today who say, I want a rich guy. I want someone who has arrived. In most cases, they don't even want to know what he or she did, especially in a time like this where young men has become callous. They don't want to know what the young man does for a living. They just want a young man who's got money. But you've got to understand that if you settle with a guy whose money has consequence, you are going to end up bearing the brunt of that consequence as well. So don't think about now. Love thinks about the future. It talks the future, plans the future, considers the future, does not consider now. So understand this. When you see someone whose focus is only about the now, run from that one. Focus on the future, because this is the key. You get the point now? The next difference here is that lust is parasitic in nature, but love is for mutual benefit. Lust is parasitic in nature. How does parasites, how do they exist? They always look for a host that will benefit them, and that benefit brings destruction to their host. But parasites don't care, because all they think about is themselves. But love thinks about the other person. This is the kind of love that actually sustains marriage. The kind of love where don't just think about yourself alone, you think about your spouse. I've done several series on tips for a healthy marriage. I will just put the link below. I'll put the link to the playlist. Just go and watch that series. There are several things that you must do for you to have a healthy marriage. You get the point now? One of those things is that you must look beyond yourself. You must consider the others. There's a video I did on the sacrifices you must make for your marriage to work. One of those sacrifices, beloved, is to look beyond yourself and think about the others. Think about your partner. Most of the time, most people only think about themselves. But the truth is, how does your partner feel? What about your partner? The decision you're going to make now, is it going to destroy your partner emotionally? Do you have conscience? You get the point now? Lust has no conscience, but love has conscience. That's another difference. I didn't write that here, but that's another difference that just came in now. So you've got to watch out for this. Lust is parasitic in nature. It treats their partner as a host. So it's all about what they want to get from that partner. But love thinks about themselves and think about the others. Mostly, love puts the others before themselves. This is how it goes. So you must watch out for this character trait. When you are in a relationship where you are the only one making the sacrifice, your partner is not willing to make any sacrifice, neither for you, neither for the relationship. You are just the only one making the sacrifice. You're just the only one making the sacrifice, and you're hoping that it's going to work. Listen, Listen carefully. It's not going to work. At the end of the day, you're going to be left high and dry. So this is something that I want to encourage you. It will go a long way to help you. Lust is parasitic in nature, but love is for mutual benefit. And again, I said, lust does not have conscience, but love has conscience. Now, the next one here is that lust is pure fantasy, but love is reality. Fantasy in the sense that you see some people today who just fantasize about a particular lifestyle that they should have. They've learned some of these things from some of these Hollywood movies, some of these fantasy novels. Some of those things are not real. So you've got to wake up and smell the coffee. If you're in a relationship where it's all about fantasy, you are just dreaming, building skyscrapers on the air, you've got to wake up. Face reality. Love is all about reality. And in a relationship with somebody, you ask yourself, do I really want to be with this person for the rest of my life? There are certain young men today, certain young ladies who are not willing to be truthful to themselves in this regard. They just say, okay, let me just hang in here. Let me just be in this relationship for a while. Let me just hang in here for a while. Let's just see how it goes. But guess what? At the end of the day, what happens? You get disappointed. True love focus on reality. And this is where you sit down and ask yourself, this relationship, where is it going to? Where is it going to end? And then as you ask yourself this question, you are facing reality. And if you are truthful to yourself, you will know if there is a road there or not. Very simple. You get the point now? Now, the next one here is that lust thinks about immediate gratification, but love thinks about lifetime accomplishment. This is something else. You get the point now? For lust is all about immediate gratification, what they want to get right now. They are not willing to make any form of commitment. But true love thinks about lifetime accomplishment. And guess what? Lifetime accomplishment, it only happens when there is a willingness to take responsibility, when there is a willingness to make commitments. That is what true love is all about. So if you're in a relationship right now and you're beginning to discover that that person is not willing to make any kind of commitment that will preserve the relationship, listen very carefully, that relationship is already built on the foundation of lust. You have to quit now that it is early. This is how it goes. Understand, if all you've been experiencing, all you've been noticing about your partner is that their focus is just on immediate gratification, that is lust. Run now that it is early. You get the point now? I believe strongly you've been getting blessed. Just, hit the like button. Let us know what you have received so far, what has resonated with you so far, and I'll speak to you in the next video.